Ever wonder how media networks like CNN became more polarized and biased with time? In this video, we're going to teach you about the history of CNN and how the news channel functioned in its early stages versus now. CNN, or Cable News Network, was founded in 1980 by Ted Turner, with the goal of providing 24/7 unbiased news coverage.
This news service will be called the Cable News Network and will program continually updated half-hour segments of national news, business news, sports, and features 24 hours a day.
CNN paved the way for modern news reporting by becoming the first channel in the United States to provide only news reporting and 24/7 news coverage. Turner's goal for CNN was to provide a space for the exchange of competing ideas, to listen to each other, and to find similarities and understanding through fact-based reporting. While this may have been Turner's goal, CNN did not always live up to his expectations. Despite its self-image and tagline as the most trusted name in news, CNN has not been immune to allegations of bias and controversies over the years. A 1991 quote from an unnamed CNN reporter, cited by Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting, also known as FAIR, described the sweet, beautiful sight of bombers departing from Saudi Arabia during the Persian Gulf War. This quote was linked to a broader media discourse around the glorification of war weaponry. The reporter's personal views clearly influenced the tone of the report, demonstrating a bias in their coverage. A 1998 report from CNN accused the U.S. military of deploying sarin gas, one of the deadliest and fastest-acting synthetic nerve agents in chemical warfare, against American deserters during the 1970 Operation Tailwind amid the Vietnam War.
Nerve gas. Well, the government don't want it called that, but it was nerve gas.
The Pentagon vehemently denied these accusations. Upon finding that there was insufficient evidence to substantiate the claims, CNN retracted the story and terminated the employment of the report's two producers. This example demonstrates that CNN's information is not always reliable. In 2004, CNN columnist Mark Shields wrote how Republican President Ronald Reagan had little empathy and was the very opposite of the stereotypical liberal who loves mankind but just does not like individual people. Almost 20 years ago, CNN reporters were already showing liberal-leaning bias, as demonstrated by this example. Despite those early controversies and examples of bias, CNN was still considered one of the most successful and reliable news channels for many of its early years. For example, in 1998, the Roosevelt Institute awarded CNN one of the 4 Freedoms Awards, Freedom of Speech.
Can I, on behalf of Ted Turner and CNN, thank you for this most treasured honor.
However, it eventually faced some fierce competitors. Fox News was launched in 1996 by Rupert Murdoch and has been the highest-rated American news channel since 2002, according to Business Insider. In 2010, after CNN experienced its worst month in recent history, Fox News lashed out against CNN's tagline, "The most trusted name in news," in an advertisement, leading to a severe decrease in CNN's ratings. CNN's total daytime viewers dropped 29%, and their primetime viewers dropped 34% compared to the same time in 2009. An example of subtle left-leaning media bias exists in this 2010 clip of Larry King interviewing Donald Trump.
Can you see where Mexican Americans or other Americans might be a little offended at?
Well, I can see that, but if you think about it, I mean, nobody wants to say it. You have a Mexican American, and then you'll have a blonde guy walking down the street. Well, Mexico doesn't have a lot of blondes, okay? These are the people that come in.
So you're favoring profiling?
Throughout the segment, King frequently interjects and jumps to conclusions about what Trump is saying. Although this appears tame in comparison to the media bias we see today, this clip shows that left-leaning bias has existed within CNN News for a long time, which is why Fox News attacked their slogan, "The most trusted name in news." While CNN succeeded in delivering news, Fox succeeded in providing entertainment through conservative-leaning opinion journalism, which ultimately was favored by viewers. As Fox News maintained its success, CNN's ratings reached a record low in 2012, modern viewers had outgrown CNN's 24/7 news. By 2013, CNN introduced a new CEO, Jeff Zucker. Zucker transferred from MSNBC, the left-leaning alternative to Fox News.
Fred, you spent years at NBC. What was Jeff Zucker like as a leader of the troops?
Well, very personable. Not uncommon for Jeff Zucker to leave his office for 30, 40 minutes each day, sometimes both morning and afternoon. They just walk around and chat with people.
His background inspired his plan to revamp CNN, to showcase more emotion and opinion in its news reporting. Due to the polarization of news sources like Fox and MSNBC, CNN, which remained closest to neutrality, became drowned out. With Zucker's new leadership came a new age for CNN. Zucker worked to strengthen CNN's identity by bringing back CNN's old tagline,
"This is CNN."
However, he wasn't afraid to break from the brand either. He replaced some of the traditional talk shows with new content unfamiliar to CNN.
Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown, the final episodes, start Sunday, September 23rd at 9 on CNN.
Despite his efforts, these changes were not enough. In 2014, CNN's ratings dropped even lower than their 2012 ratings. In 2016, however, everything changed.
Can you state, Mr. President-elect, go ahead. Can you state categorically,
she's asking a question.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
You're attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
With Trump's presidency and claims of fake news brought CNN its most profitable year, yet due to the increase of news relating to Trump and the disdain by liberals against his campaign.
Donald Trump is going to be president. Republicans hope he'll keep his promise to build the wall, and Democrats hope he'll keep his promise not to accept the election results.
And then when we came home around midnight, I went into his room, shook his crib until he woke up, and screamed, "We have to get out of here!"
So this is a deeply painful moment tonight. I know it's not just about race. There's more going on than that.
In the following years, the feud between CNN and Fox News drifted CNN further and further into a very to extremely liberal news network. CNN's reputation was rapidly losing the trust of viewers due to its new and oft left-leaning bias.
That is the President of the United States. That is the most powerful person in the world, and we see him like an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the hot sun, realizing his time is over. But he just hasn't accepted it, and he wants to take everybody down with him, including this country.
Democrats, independents, real Republicans, you all now know, just based on the last 24 hours alone, this guy is the worst ever. He is the worst president we have ever seen, period. He has not only proven to be incompetent, but he is indeed truly inhumane.
Zucker supported this increasingly left-leaning bias because he encouraged CNN reporters to show emotions and express their opinions. He claimed that what people react to is authenticity and reality. In 2022, Zucker was replaced by Chris Licht. Licht politically claimed he aligned with centrism, which carried into his expectations for CNN. He wanted to balance out Fox News and MSNBC by returning CNN to a middle ground, unbiased news source.
Anderson, thank you so much. I am Laura Coates, and this is CNN Tonight. And listen, I want to be upfront with you. We're doing something different tonight, something, frankly, that's extremely difficult. But we truly believe that it's important to do. You know, there's a tendency to want to turn our eyes from what is difficult.
Unfortunately for Licht, it proved too difficult to change CNN's reputation as a left-leaning media source back to a centrist, unbiased news channel. In 2023, Licht was fired.
Well, this just in, breaking moments ago, CEO Chris Licht out at CNN. His departure coming on the heels of a magazine profile that certainly angered staffers. He had lost the trust of the employees there.
There have been several speculations as to why his brief tenure ended so quickly. Some think that Licht shutting down CNN Plus 2 weeks into its existence started off his tenure on the wrong foot.
Here at CNN, new ownership decided to shut down the CNN Plus streaming service less than a month after it was launched by the previous management team. The U-turn was front-page news, stunning news, and painful news for everyone involved.
Others think that he was doomed from the start by following David Zaslav's limited vision for the news channel. David Zaslav, CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, shared publicly with Oprah Winfrey that his goal for CNN was to shift its focus back on reporting truth and facts and to make CNN less of an advocacy network. Licht thought he would be able to carry this vision to reality, but he fell short. Zaslav has appointed current CNN executives, Amy Entelis, Virginia Mosley, Eric Sherling, and David Levy, to lead the network while the search for Licht's replacement is administered. Until Licht's replacement is hired, it is unclear what new direction CNN will take. In the meantime, viewers will likely see CNN continue its attempts to follow Zaslav's vision and provide more straightforward news than opinions.